Do not over-communicate with low-profit, high-maintenance customers. Do not over-communicate with low-profit, high-maintenance customers. Does anybody here have any low-profit, high-maintenance customers? And those are the ones who do what the most? Complain and what else? Talk and waste your time and that kind of stuff. We got to do a better job of managing those relationships, or, even though some of you are going to shudder at this one, refer them to somebody else and get the referral fee. You probably will make more money on the referral fee than you will on the transaction, because they take so much time, right? So much commitment. Do not work more to fix overwhelmingness. Prioritize, prioritize, prioritize. What this means is we tend to get bogged down and overwhelmed, and we think the solution to that is do what? Work more. And we get into this syndrome. Well, I just have to work harder. I have to work more. I have to work more. I have to work more. And typically that's because we're not prioritizing properly. We're not establishing those 5 important action steps every day, right? So we're caught up in this syndrome of working more, working more, working more. This is all solved through prioritizing and mastering our time. Do not carry a cell phone or Crackberry 24/7. At some point in time, that has to be shut off. Why? Because you will go insane. You will have no life. Here's the most important part, though. The people in our lives who love us resent it. If you learn nothing else in the next 2 days except for that, it was worth you being here today. The people in our lives who love us resent it. Seven o'clock at night, shut it off. Have it forwarded to another person who might be working different hours. Have a virtual assistant answer the phone for you. Let it go to voicemail with a very nice voicemail message explaining you'll get back to them within a reasonable amount of time. If not, those 2 things we talked about earlier, personal relationships and health, are just going to go by the wayside. And by the way, this can all be solved by doing a few simple things. Properly managing our time, or mastering our time, saying no to the things we should be saying no to, and focusing on income-producing activities. It can all be solved by those 3 things. So you can decide the time when it's going to go off. And by the way, if you shut it off at 7, it doesn't mean you're on Facebook until 9 o'clock that night. There's a cutoff time, right? Michael's choking over here. There's a cutoff time. All right. And do not expect work to fill a void in your personal life. Okay? Do not expect work to fill a void in your personal life. We all have them at times. Every single person has them at times. If there's a void in our personal lives, we have to confront it. Because if we don't confront it, we will find all kinds of magical and sinister ways to allow it to interfere with every other thing we're attempting to do, including becoming workaholics, being at the gym for 4 hours a day. I've got a friend who's in the gym twice a day, from 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., and again at the gym from 6:30 at night to 8 o'clock at night. It's because he doesn't want to go home. Okay? The same thing can happen with our work. Right? So if there's some kind of issue there, we have to muster the courage to address it. If not, everything else will always be in this state of chaos. Okay, I think we gave you that list too, by the way. That's in your packet, right, that list? Okay, very good. These are very important 4 words right here. It's time to win. Take the good from the past and leave everything else behind. Okay, right now it is January, 13, 2010. Whatever has happened in the past has happened in the past. Whatever the market did last year, it did last year. Whatever I did or didn't do, that happened last year. Whatever good happened last year or the year before that, great. Use that as a foundation. Everything else gets left behind. There's no more playing victim to what didn't happen in the past. It's over. 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. This is a common pattern that we see with a lot of people that we work with. They will go 99% of the way to fulfilling what it is they say they want to fulfill. And that last 1%, what happens? That's where the win is. It's all in the last 1%. Geez, if I was having surgery done, I wouldn't want the doctor to do 99% of the operation. If my house was on fire, I wouldn't want the firefighters to put out 99% of the fire. The same thing holds true for us in our lives. Go 100% of the way. Now, how many people here were trained in athletics or played athletics when they were younger or had some kind of formal athletic coaching? Okay, honestly, I think people who were trained in athletics have a little bit of an advantage there because they were trained to go 100% of the way. If you weren't trained in athletics, then you need a coach. And I'm very blunt and honest about this. If it's not going to be us, get somebody. Because you need a coach to make sure you go 100% of the way. Because if you go 99% of the way in business or in life or any other promise or goal that you've set, you're going to keep playing the victim over and over and over again and not accomplishing it. Time to put that in the past. Practice, 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 practice. Well, what do I practice as a realtor? Okay, very good. Scripts and dialogues. What else do I practice? Listening presentation. Objection handlers. What else do I practice?
Managing my schedule.
Managing my schedule, so develop the habit of that, right? There's not a lot else to practice. Most of us do not want to practice those things. Why?
A couple of reasons. We think it's a waste of time, and
Yeah.
the other is we really think we're good enough.
Very good. We think we know it right now. We think we're practiced enough.
Or don't
right?
have the time.
Or don't have the time because I'm not properly managing or mastering my schedule. Right? See how this keeps going back to the same main issue? We can use time as an excuse or lack of time as an excuse for anything.